Hello there, welcome to Parenting Hacks with Dr. Yanina. I am your host and I want to say thank you so much for spending the next few minutes with me. I really appreciate your time. And this episode is episode number 10, in which I'm going to be focusing on sexting. So it's all about talking about sexting among preteens and teens. And this is going to be a series of 2 videos. In this episode, number 10, I'm going to be focusing on the emotional consequences, and I'm going to be sharing with you 2 parenting hacks when it comes to addressing the emotional consequences of sexting. In my next episode, which is episode 11, I'm going to be focusing on legal consequences. So you don't want to miss episode 11 at all. So to get started when it comes to the topic of sexting, I want to define what sexting is. And basically, sexting is sending or receiving sexually explicit images, videos, and or messages through electronic devices. And I was doing a little bit of research when it comes to statistics in this topic, and I found that according to JAMA Pediatrics, 1 in 7 teenagers report sending a sext, and 1 in 4 teenagers report being the recipient of a sext. So basically, what we're talking about is that 12% of teens have forwarded a sext without permission, and 8.4 teens have experienced their photo being forwarded without their consent. So throughout the years, this issue has been increasing, has been getting worse. So that's why I want to take some time to talk about this, and because it's important that we talk to our preteens and teens about sexting. And oftentimes kids do this. When you ask them, why are you sexting? Why do you do that? Oftentimes it's related to peer pressure, to unhealthy relationships. Maybe a boyfriend is asking the girlfriend to send them a nude picture, or the other way around, because it happens to both boys and girls. It's not only boys, it happens to boys and girls. And it's also, they do it because they want to be accepted, and also they do it because of hookups. They want to hook up with someone and they just try to start the relationship like that. But it's mainly due to peer pressure. And that's why it's so important that we talk to our children about this. And the parenting hack that I want to share with you today is that it is so important that you have open conversations with your preteen and teen about this. And again, don't think that if you have an 11-year-old, 12-year-old preteen child that he or she is too young to hear this conversation or to have this conversation. Believe me, I have known of preteens that are doing sexting too. So it's not only teenagers, also preteens are doing this. So don't think that your child, if you have a preteen, don't think that your child is too young to have these conversations. In some circumstances, it might be a little too late. They might be doing that already. So that's why it's never too early to talk about this when it comes to preteens and teen kids. So, emotional consequences. What happens is, as I said, 12% of teens have forwarded sexting without permission. So this can have very detrimental consequences. And that's why, as I said, having an open conversation with your child about this, that has to be non-judgmental. Don't come into the conversation assuming that your child is sexting, but instead come with an open mind and a curiosity as to, when it comes to sexting, go ask them, what do you know about? How is it in your school? What is happening in your school when it comes to sexting? Are kids doing it? How often are they doing it? Have you received a photo of a nude photo from another kid? Just inquire, be curious. Come into this conversation with the curiosity mindset instead of a judgmental mindset, because if you come into the conversation with a judgmental mindset, believe me, your child is going to just not pay attention to it, and you're going to lose this conversation and he's going to shut you off. So it's very important that you do that. And one of the things that I want you to encourage your kids and let your kids know that, peer pressure can be a reason why they might feel inclined to do this, but let them know that not everyone is doing it. And this is, even though it sounds like, oh my goodness, 1 in 7, 1 in 4, but still this is not the majority. This is the minority that is still doing it. And that's why it's so important that you let your kids know that not everyone is doing it, that most kids are not doing it, because most kids know that asking for a nude photo is not the right thing to do. It's just not right. So let them know that. Let them know that it's just not right, because once a child or once another kid get a hold of a nude photo, they have enough material for bullying, cyberbullying, for blackmailing, for manipulation, to just hurt their reputation. And believe me, just remind them. And I know you know this, and they might know, but sometimes they don't think. So they're kids after all. Remind them that once this photo is out there, it cannot be deleted. It cannot be taken back. When it's out there in the web, it will be there in the web. So remind him that it can have present and future consequences, because now colleges are looking into social media when it comes to college admissions. Jobs are looking into social media when it comes to offering a job to someone or hiring a new person. So they need to think about the future, that it will not only influence them and affect them today, but it does have consequences that will linger from this moment on. So just in a conversational, caring way, remind them about that. Again, don't come and dictate and tell them, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. You're going to ruin your life. No, don't come with that attitude. Come with a curiosity kind of attitude, and in an attitude that you're there because you're concerned about them and you want the best for them. So understand that it's important that your attitude will really determine whether or not your child will be open to listen to your advice. So again, sexting, it's increasing, but we have in our power to educate our children about that and have conversations about consequences. So my parenting hack, just to sum it up, my parenting hack today is to have open, non-judgmental conversations with your child about that. Bring it up in a curiosity kind of way, and not in a way that they will feel that you are accusing them or you're assuming. So yeah, this is what I have for you this week. And in my next episode number 11, I'll talk a little bit about the legal consequences and how you can share those consequences with your preteen and teen. And as always, if you are a busy mom and would like to be in a group of other busy moms and get some resources and some advice from me, I invite you to check out my Facebook group for the busy mom of tweens and teens. It's titled Moms Don't Quit. So yeah, check out this Facebook group that is available to you, and you will be able to also have contact with or connect with other moms of preteens and teens. And until my next episode, have a wonderful week, and I will see you in episode number 11. Take care. Bye.